works. I'd like to talk to you about the planned language Esperanto, a language for international communication. Why? Well, it's easy to learn and fun. And so you make friends from all over the world, Brazil, France, Japan, you name it. And you have serious conversations with them. It's not just about my name is but what's this thing my Brazilian friends ask me called arranged marriage? They're interested. And for that, you need a language. You need a big, lots of language to be able to do that. How does it sound? Here it goes. Mia nomo estas Giridhar. Mi estas de Bengaluru. Bengaluru estas la chef urbo de la landparto Karnataka. Karnataka estas en suda Barato, southern Bharat, Barato. Barato estas granda lando en la continento Azio. I'm sure most of you, all of you, understood most of that. You must have also noticed all these O sounds, nomo, lando, landparto, chef urbo, nouns. All nouns in Esperanto end in O. All nouns. Granda lando, big, granda, adjective. All adjectives end in A. Mi estas, estas, is, present tense, estas. Past tense, estis. Future tense, estos. Same for every verb. Manjas, manjis, manjos. Dormas, dormis, dormos. A regular language. This is the man who initiated it, Zamenhof, Z-A-M-E-N-H-O-F, Zamenhof. Born in 1859, dies in 1917, just over a century ago, at the height of the First World War. What about his Esperanto? Well, what about his language profile? He knew several languages, Russian, Polish, German, fluently, Yiddish, French, Hebrew, Greek, Latin, English, less well, some knowledge of Spanish, Lithuanian, and Volapük. He published his first book in Esperanto, introducing us to the language in July 1887, 132 years ago. Translated some original poetry, but lots of translations. The Old Testament, Hamlet, Goethe, Heine, Schiller, Gogol. Notice, not engineering manuals, yeah? Poetry. He knew that if it had to work, it had to be beautiful. Volapük, I mentioned in the previous slide. Volapük, yes, another planned language by another man, a priest called Schleyer. So Esperanto was certainly not the first project of planned languages. In fact, there are over 1,000 such projects in human history. Here's a list of planned languages starting with the letter A. A large number of them, as you can see. And at the bottom, you can see that they are from the Esperanto Wikipedia. In fact, Esperanto is a repository of information about all such, many such projects in human history. How does it work? Why am I saying it's easy? Look at this series. The word for horse, cheval o, chevalo. You Esperantists now know that if it's a noun, it must end in o, chevallo. Female, chevalino. Baby, chevalido. Female baby, chevalidino. Place, chevaleio. The J is pronounced like a Y. Chevaleio. And horse-like, the adjective, chevalla. If you claim that you know the word family for horse in English, you would need to know at least these words, right? Horse, stallion, mare, foal, colt, filly, stable, horse-like, and equine. 9 words, 9 different spellings, 9 etymologies, 9 reasons for a nightmare. Not here. Chevallo, chevalino, chevalido, chevalidino, chevaleio, kai chevalla. Another example, arbo, a tree, R-A-R is the suffix for collective, arbaro, forest, vorto, word, vortaro, dictionary, homo, homo sapiens, human, homaro, humanity. Il is the suffix for tool, scribi is to write, scribilo is something, a tool to write with. Scribilaro is a bunch of things to write with, a bunch of things you need, pencils, erasers, etc. The words, the little bits like in and il and so on become words in themselves. So, ino is the word for woman, ido is child, eyo is a place. And these lexical affixes can combine. So, inismo is the standard Esperanto word for feminism. What is the result of this? Well, in a bilingual dictionary, English Esperanto dictionary, the English section needs 22,000 headwords. The Esperanto needs only 10,000 some headwords. Yeah, it's very efficient. The word production is really, really fertile. Compounds work really well. Amico is friend, amicino is female friend, coro is heart, so cor amico is boyfriend, cor amicino is girlfriend, dil ka mamla hai, yeah, friends with benefits. What about how much time it takes? Look at these, look at this for all these other languages, English, Telugu, whatever, it takes a lot of time. What about Esperanto? Well, just a moment, just backtrack to French and German. They tell us, the institutes that teach us, that that basic French and German need 100 hours of classroom plus homework. Esperanto, 40 hours max. Clearly, moderate effort, huge results. No wonder you can actually answer that question. Arrangita edzigo, arranged marriage. You can talk about it, seriously. Also, it's about fairness, is it not? It's a language about the fact that you're not forced to learn someone else's language, because that's what life is. You're forced to learn someone's language for years, and where you get after years of effort is only a sort of minimal competence. Yeah? It's very, very evident in our educational system as well. So this is a language about linguistic democracy. It's such an important point, let me say it again, but this time in Hindi. आज की भाषा प्रणाली कुछ इस तरह की है कि कुछ लोगों को जन्म से ही फ़ायदा पहुंचाती है और बाकियों से ये चाहती है कि वो सालों भर की कोशिश करें, वर्षों भर का प्रयास करें, और किस लिए? एक मामूली काबिलियत हासिल करने के लिए, एक साधारण योग्यता प्राप्त करने के लिए। ऐसी भाषा प्रणाली तो बुनियादी तौर पर अलोकतांत्रिक है, it's fundamentally undemocratic. This is a language about linguistic democracy. It's about communicative justice, that you sit in a group and no matter whether you're a speaker of a small language or a speaker of a big language, you have equal speaking rights, and you do. Esperanto conversations are quite noisy. Another example of intercultural dialogue, UNESCO keeps a translation index, and between 1957 and 66, for instance, of the translations that were recorded there, 70% come from just 4 languages. 70% come from just 4 languages, English, French, German, and Russian. On the other hand, the traffic in Esperanto, the cultural traffic in Esperanto is quite different. There were far fewer translations in that period, but 50% came from Chinese, Vietnamese, Dutch, and Japanese. Likewise, in a later period of the thousands or so translations, there were only 30% from the big 4. The world's other languages were represented fairly well, 5% each from Yiddish, Portuguese, Polish, Chinese, Japanese, and Hungarian. How to learn Esperanto? Well, here's one site, free, lernu.net. Lernu is let's learn. There are apps too. This one's called Duolingo, and you can learn Esperanto on Duolingo. The World Esperanto Association brings together the community. There are 18,000 members from 111 countries. One of the previous presidents was my teacher, Prabal Dasgupta. The app I mentioned has 800,000, 8 lakh active learners, a large number of people getting into the movement in various ways. 150 to 200 books are published in this language every year. The Esperanto Wikipedia is fairly big, 2.5 lakh, 250,000 articles. There's a World Congress every year. Last year's was in Portugal. This year's is in Finland. Next year's is in Montreal in Canada. And there are active online communities, Facebook, Twitter, Eternity. There's even an Indian Esperanto Association which started in 1982. We have a smaller group in Bengaluru, where I live, called Bengaluru Esperanto Reading. We meet every month in the park, Cubbon Park. Lovely place, lovely people. I started with some bread and butter Esperanto. What is your name? I live in, my name is, etc. Let me end with some gourmet Esperanto, not bread and butter. And what is better, what is more gourmet than poetry? Here's a verse from Faiz. रात यूं दिल में तेरी खोई हुई याद आई, जैसे वीराने में चुपके से बहार आ जाए, जैसे सहराओं में हौले से चले बादे नसीम, जैसे बीमार को बेवजह करार आ जाए. बेवजह, genius आदमी था, right? Last night, your faded memory filled my heart, like spring's calm advent in the wilderness, like the soft desert footfalls of the breeze, like peace coming somehow to someone in sickness. Nocte venes en la coron via memoro, kiel en sovageion quieta printempo, kiel en deserton lanta vento, kiel al malsanul ial pazzo. One more example, to come back to the arranged marriage conversation which we began with, but this time Shakespeare. The famous Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and oft is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou own'st, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. This has been translated at least twice into Esperanto. I'll recite the one by Reto Rossetti, an Italian Esperantist who lived a long time in the UK. Soneto dec hoc de Shakespearo. Ciu mi comparu vin al tag somera, vi estas ja pli bela cae serena, mai floroin ofte vipas vent severa, cae tro maldauras la somero bena. Ien brulas la oculo del cielo, ien vualigas gia vido ora, ca iam senbeligas ciu belo, la voi natura au pro fatrigora. Sed iam ne velcos via plen somero, but thy eternal summer shall not fade. Sed iam ne velcos via plen somero, nec declinigios del bellezzo nuna. La morto vin ne tenos con fiero, se vin la vers eterna gardas iuna. Dum homo spiros, cae oculoi vidos, vivanta in vivanta vers visidos. Dankon. Thank you.